since I was a teenager. And if you know about the situation in Iran, it's not so easy to become a rebel and stand up and fight back. You actually jeopardize your life. Since then, I lost a lot of my friends, my classmates even, and many of my relatives to fighting back and uprising again and again for over 40 years in Iraq. I was very interested in art since I was very, very young. So I used to draw and also play theater, school theater, those little activities, but always I was busy in even knitting or sewing or anything beside school things that I would love. But that was an asset. Later on I found that the art is a great asset to project your idea, to try to draw attention for what you're going to say about the environment around you, about the injustice around you, and how try to awaken and raise the class, especially class consciousness. And that's why I started using that, but not just like that. Since I was in the environment, revolutionary environment, I was fortunate. In Bangladesh for whole year, we had a council movement in Iran, resistant council movement against this Islamic capitalist regime that it was extremely misogynist, and it wasn't possible to have any kind of negotiation with this government. Our city raised their voice, our region actually, Kurdistan region, we raised our voice, and right at the beginning we said no to this government and no to the regime, especially since we experienced the council movement in Iran. So I was young, but I was fortunate. I could see everywhere there was a very amazing environment, revolutionary environment, the caring and the closeness that people they got together. And they would exchange the ideas and even art. Every corner we were going, there were pieces of art, revolutionary and political art, and that was grabbing my attention, that yes, that's something that I can use. It's a great tool. Later on, the political activists, they forced to get out of the city because the government came and bombarded our city and killed so many people. If you see in here that I draw, right in the street without trial. Many of the students got killed, and they got many others tortured, and you know how is it. Our government actually was and is the godfather of the ISIS. That's the whole idea, but unfortunately the imperialists always try to cover up the under-table relationship, cover up how they hijacked the revolutionary movement in 1979 in Iran and brought this one, you know, the Islamic oppressive regime to control and extinguish that revolutionary, that it was based on egalitarian movement originally. So I was experiencing all of this. In one hand, the happiness and closeness, it was extraordinary, you know, the relations of the humans around me. And the raising, and like a leap, very extremely high leap of the class consciousness at that moment, like even illiterate people, they became like aware of what is the class, what is the system around them, and how they can change the whole thing. So it was like a genie out of the bottle, and it was hard for the regime to put it in the bottle again. So for 45 years, and still is going on, and still is given the fire is getting higher, you know, and more fiery. We had it up to now. People, they think it started 6 months ago or 7 months ago. No, for 45 years, every day around Iran, there was some sort of protest against the government, especially many of the strikes. They kill and mass murder of the workers over and over, you know, in the factories. They were lashing the workers in public, this government. But people, they wouldn't. And over there in Iran, the organization for the workers is banned. They are not allowed to have their own and independent organizations such as Sandika or union or whatsoever. But still people, they wouldn't step back and they kept doing what they were doing. So all this influenced me because since 16, I totally left the city and totally I became a professional and in front line fighting this regime up to today. And when I came out of Iran, I forced to come here as a refugee. Right away, I thought I am an international activist. I was no longer fully belong to the movement over there. I felt everywhere if they throw you, you have to stand up and you have to just exchange the ideas and get the, you know, whatever you can experience, give out and get the experiences and try to have this connection internationally and directly involvement, directly integrated in the political activities around you. So I started since then. I've been activist against the poverty. I've been executive in non-unemployed worker council in Toronto, and I was running and organizing movement against ISIS, and also in Wisconsin when there was a movement, I was there. In Arab Spring, I was there, and also 99% also. All of them is against, when we're talking about art and imperialist, how do you fight? By acting as an international activist and touch all of the issues that the imperialists, they touch out of the border. So we put the border out and we start our action. So I don't have much time. I just want to show later on, maybe because right now I will continue at 3:30 my session to go 3:30, right?
No, it's
4:30. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
So you have time.
I'm sorry. 4:30 I will start my session. So if you are interested, I go through the details with some of this in here. I played in Fire Hall. One piece, actually 1.5 hours, about the poverty, especially women living under the poverty line and confronting with so much difficulty and abstract, and how to organize. The whole theme of the theater was about how to organize, how to fight back, and how to win the fight. That is the theater. I can show you later, but I don't have much time, right?
I think,
because
yeah,
I
you're
the
actually
time.
over time
Yeah.
right now.
Thank you so much for now.
So after this session is going to be a half-hour break. Maybe what we can do is we can leave up some of the art, and if folks wanted to continue these conversations, you can just continue it right here. But you all know who's been speaking. And next, we've got George Ramo, if you wanted to say something.
You know, art and imperialism, boy, I worked with a huge